Okay, there we go. Hey guys, what's going on? F1 here. Welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Last we left off, we dealt with Tartusio and his cobble of kobolds, I believe it's called. We did a lot of fighting this episode, or that episode, or stream rather, and now we are getting into, or at least we're getting ready to head out and finish all the other quests. And of course, beat the Stag Lord. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. Here we go. We're at stream 4 now. So, once we load in, I'll explain what we're going to do. So, first and foremost, we're going to need to drop a bunch of stuff to unload ourselves. So, starting off with all these padded stuff, which are going to just weigh us down completely. Let's just yeet these off our personage. I would do this faster, but unfortunately there is no method that can make this process quicker. Which is probably the most annoying thing, but it's not like I can change, the game files to do otherwise. Yes, I can introduce mods, I'd prefer not to, but hey, that's something, you guys, the viewers, can ask for, because I don't mind adding mods. It's really just a question of whether you want them in or not, because there are a few that I've been looking at should we need to add them, if only to make our life easier. Okay, that leaves the hide armors. Let's drop the shields as well, because they're cheap and weighty. Tower shields are probably the same, as well as the studded leather. Probably ditch the scale mail as well. But definitely the tower shield's gotta go. From there, everything else is viable to some extent, but they're still heavy, which is the unfortunate bit. Thankfully these things can change, but we're definitely going to need to get rid of some stuff. Spears are obviously a ditch because they're weighty. I could probably get rid of the sickles and daggers if I wanted to, but nah, probably not. Honestly, I could just keep the short bows and long bows and I should be fine regardless. Because they do pay for themselves to some extent. For now though, let's just organize to see who can wear what, and then we'll go from there. Amiri could probably get chain shirt on, but I'm probably going to pass on that. Let's give the +1 chain shirt to Lindsay, I guess. She's probably going to use it the best. +1 heavy shields, probably give that to Lindsay as well, just in case we need her melee for now. Leather, we should be fine on that. Nothing enchanted, but we got some wands. Nothing too useful aside from the Wand of True Strike though, which I'm probably not going to wield. Okay, that'll have to do for now. Actually, we should probably make another pile that entails weighted items. So that way we can just run around here real quick. So let's ditch everything that isn't enchanted for now. That way we have a possible medium load. Yeah, let's just ditch everything weighty. That'll do. What else can we ditch? Preferably price is what we want to ditch. Okay. Well, going off comparisons, scimitars are weighty and pricely. But then again, so are daggers, so regardless, we're gonna incur penalties. Let's just ditch the scimitars for now, until we can figure out something else. Long swords are probably the same. We'll probably grab them on the way out, if anything. And we'll ditch these sickles as well. Why not? And that should be enough of a gap of weight to handle our carrying capacity, for at least for a little bit. Alright, there we go. Stream 5 will be that. And yeah, let's get going. No reason to wait up. Alright, so first order of business, there's a camp over here, I do believe. So there's probably stuff there that we can snag. I know there's something over here. There's something over here, most definitely. I do not think we can handle whatever's over here, though. So we should avoid that. But otherwise, we can deal with everything else to my knowledge. It's just a matter of whether we are capable of doing it or not.
In due time.
Alright, let's see. We've got some healing. So let's get some heals out real quick. At least one is fine. Companions are good. We got some buffs we can throw out. We don't have heroism, unfortunately, but it's already buffed on our heavy hitters, so we'll just have to make do. Alright. Let's see. We're going to need to buff up heavily here if we want to be safe. So, yeah, let's get ready for the fight. We'll give mage armor to Steven. He'll need the AC after all. We'll give him a potion of Shield of Faith, I think. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We'll give Valerie the same treatment, at least for that. We'll give Enlarged Person to Amiri and our Barbarian Samuel. Well, quote-unquote Barbarian Samuel. That way, both of them have range. We'll have Lindsay on range support for now. But if things go awry, we go in. But that should be it, as far as I'm aware. We could throw in a Scroll of Bless, I believe. And then there's Scrolls of Divine Favor. Let's get in a scroll. Get in a scroll or two, perhaps. Let's see. I can't use it for them or them. Kinda wish I had more points in UMD to make it viable, but I guess not. Whatever. I guess I could put True Strike on. There we go. Yeah. Oh, I can't use True Strike with Samuel. Damn. I might need a higher UMD then, in that case. It's a shame, but oh well. Well, whatever. We'll figure something out. Okay. I guess move this here. Move Stunning Fist over here, I guess.
I'm listening.
Alright. That. And charge. Samuel, charge. Let's have the wolf. Charge. Alright. Everybody is ready for the most part. Steven, you are going to be in charge of dazzling display. Alright. Boom. Alright. Now, with Lindsay in the heavy damage territory, let us throw Tristan in for the heal, and boom. Probably over-prepared that, but this shambling mound can get real dangerous real quick if you're not careful. So these preparations are absolutely needed. The body of a woman, fouled beyond recognition. Her fingers still clench a torn of leather leash. Enchanted armor, some potions, restoration, and a lab journal. Alright. Part 1. Went into the woods. Found many roots, pine, cones, flowers, and a dead squirrel. Scant little I can make of that. I must consider where I might gain rare ingredients for my experiments. Some damnable raccoons got into the hut while I was exploring the woods. Broke all the glassware. The only thing left are 10 flat-bottom blast tubes, 5 round-bottom flasks, a couple of porcelain mortars, 3 pestles, and a precious spiral. And good thing all the pots are still there. So many good chemicals. Wasted. Shame. Need to lock everything up in the closet. Tried to finish the experiment today. The one I started at the old lab. Used the lead powder from the master's box. At the crystallization stage, the liquid foamed, changed color, and formed a deposit. Another unsuccessful experiment. I've all but exhausted my supply of essential materials. Caught a raccoon with a snare trap. Didn't get the bastard to the hut in time. Perhaps I should ask some hunters to help in catching experimental subjects. But I must save money. And besides, I see how those bumpkins scowl at me, as if I've grown horns. Third attempt at the crystallization experiment. Broke the last round bottom flask. I recall my tutor calling me a ham-handed and making me clean up. Perhaps he was right. But he did teach me much, despite everything. But why didn't he wish me to develop my abilities? Didn't he want me to learn anything beyond the basic potion recipes? Kept saying I wasn't ready. But in truth, he feared the student surpassing the teacher. And for good reason. I shall prove this process works. I'll prove it to everyone. Today, an old lady came from the nearby village, asking me to make her goats yield more milk. I had to help. I'm in desperate need of money. Oh, why must I spend my time so? Boring, boring, boring! Several pages remain empty, then the writings continue. Observation, Day 1. Finally, I got a chance I can't miss. I found a dying elf in the woods. She was barely breathing, and ants were swarming all over her. Who is she? What happened to her? It matters not. This is the opportunity I've been waiting for. With great effort, I managed to drag her into the hut, remove her clothes, and hide her behind the bags in the corner. Enough wasting my talents on trifles. It's time for action. Use the largest glass tube from the master's box, the one with the warning, in case of contact with skin, wash off immediately. Huh, the doting parrot of all the standard warnings. I spread it evenly over her body and begin my observations. Observation, Day 3. The subject has survived. Had to tie her up and gag her. The moaning could attract unwanted attention. Her skin is changing, but it's hard to determine the precise character of these changes. The early stages of festering, perhaps? The treated areas do smell faintly. Observation, Day 5. The changes continue faster and faster. The epidermis has festered away, the joints are grown swollen, tough and calloused, and the subject has a fever. Observation, Day 9. Over the past few days, the subject's legs have been covered with mildew and moss. Her fingers and toes grow long and crooked, as though she would grow into the ground. I shall move the subject outside. The experiment now demands sunlight. The body changes are so significant, it's impossible to recall the creature's original appearance from the way it looks now. A seething growth covers the whole body's surface. Every day I find new kinds of moss, mildew, grass, and other plants. The subject attempts to move. Had to immobilize her. I try to make contact, but she utters inarticulate sounds, alike to howling. Might intelligence be restored at a further stage of regeneration? Observation, Day 18. The subject has grown larger, several times. She is now strangely quiet in these last few days. I'm beginning to worry. In the end, I see I have become attached to her. She will make me famous. Observation, Day 25. My living experiment shows all signs of obedience. She must like a little tree. Well, rather, she is much like a little tree. A magnificent walking tree. She is already 8 feet tall, and the child keeps growing. I wish to give her space, more fresh air and sunlight. I suspect we shall need some fertilizer. For now, I only walk her around the woods on a leash. This is the greatest achievement of my career. Soon we'll be ready for a journey to Absalom, and there I will present my masterpiece. I must think of a name for my girl. Okay, so it sounds like this tree creature that we killed was a person at some point, which is kind of saddening. And this person forcefully, at least to my knowledge, forcefully changed her to be a monstrosity of sorts. I'm not sure that's a good thing in this case, but hey. It's not like we can do much. At least we put her out of her misery. I think that's the only mercy we could have given.
I'm there.
So, better than nothing, I guess. Okay. Let's just move along over to here. Now, here we might need to brace, because this is going to get a bit dangerous, I think. But I'm not sure.
Don't hesitate.
The beast before you is unusually large, and its eyes especially angry. Its menacing grin might almost be taken for a smirk.
Greetings, traveler. Before you draw your weapon, I wish to say, I see no reason for feuding between us. We might even be of some use to each other.
Amiri states, "Why is this wolf talking? Is it magical or something?"
I am no wolf, female. I am a warg. Surprising you could live to your age without learning the difference. Well, it's never too late to teach a lesson to an insolent two-legged morsel.
The beast slowly licks its teeth. You say we could be useful to each other.
Bring me some delicious. 3 or 4 bodies will be enough, and I, as a sign of gratitude, will tell you where an old traveler buried his chest.
An old traveler, you say?
A very old, lean, and flavorless traveler.
The warg grins, almost smiling. Alright, fine. Grinning, the warg looks straight at you.
Deal. I'll await your return.
How could you agree to such a monstrous deal? Tristan shakes his head slowly. Yeah, well... Sure, whatever. Who are you? You may call me Gronk. I've lived here longer than the rulers of those foolish tribes. I've seen much and eaten many. What do you know about the war between the kobolds and mites?
Only that my pack enjoys it.
The warg snorts and licks its lips. Of course, I only eat fresh meat. Alright, I have to go. Alright. Well, I did say that, well, Senator Armstrong is neutral evil, and this does seem like a profitable venture compared to dealing with the kobolds and mites. Besides, getting rid of them is probably for the best. No need to keep loose ends causing trouble around here. Besides, they'll keep those wargs will probably keep the balance, if anything. So I guess there is that. Maybe I can convince these guys. Let's see. Okay. Dragon Shaman. Alright. Point towards the wargs later. I have just seen mountains of the same radishes right over there. The kobolds stare at you in awe, then look at each other, whispering. Finally, their leader raises his hand, and they fall silent.
Strange rumor. The celestial radish grows only here. It was always... We check. Send scout.
However, there is no one listening to the elder kobold. The others are already moving in the direction you pointed, alone or tightly hugging in pairs.
Stop! Stop, traitor!
Well then. Well, they're off to their demise, which a little unfortunate, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. Although that said, we could probably kill the wargs while we have the chance.
Confide in me.
Well, once we figure out where the corpse location is, we could probably just kill. So, we'll see. We'll see how things play out. Regardless of what happens, you know, we're going to get a profit out of it, so... You know, that's just how it be. Alright. Greetings. Truth be told, I should thank you. Finally, a decent meal. It is a pleasure to deal with you. The chest is buried under a lonely tree to the west. Okay, there we go. Now, let's see if we can't take them out. Clear the lands a little bit.
I am your shield.
Hello. Time to take you out. Or try to. This creature is filled with irredeemable evil. Sarenrae, guide my blade. We cannot leave such dangerous animals to live in our future lands. Slay the beast. Good. I love fresh meat. Alright, rage.
This will hurt!
Alright, that's your attack. Quickly get the, The attacks are going in. Tristan's probably going to want to heal, so we do that. Alright, Valerie's down at 1 health, but that's fine. Alright. Okay, with everybody now there, I can have Lindsay buff up everybody. And there we go. That's a critical hit. Okay, down goes the wolf. But that's fine. I'm not too worried. As long as everybody takes out the takes them out, we're good. Okay. Let's just hope the Senator's gonna live. He should, though. Oh, there goes the Senator. But then again, he's moving to Samuel now. But they're all dead now. And that is them dealt with. Good. Death to the wargs. They have all been killed now. A cruel act, but replaced with a kind one in turn.
I'm there.
We get, as a result, we get a lot of stuff from it, so that's a plus. The Amulet of Mighty Fists immediately going to Stephen Armstrong, because that's going to help his attack a little bit. From here, we've got some enchanted stuff, but nothing too special. Yeah, we should be good to just head out now. Okay. Hopefully with this speed I should be able to get to the various areas that I want to. There's probably no way I'm getting over there, to my knowledge anyways. Yeah. So we won't be able to get there. We won't be able to defeat this skull here, I don't think. And I do believe we get a chance to actually come back here, so it doesn't matter if we avoid it. So there is that. But we should probably skedaddle for now. E. So we'll go over here to this area down where there is an opening. I will need to save to make sure I get this, but if I do, then we'll get some special goodies, I believe. So let's quickly save.
In due time.
Hop over. Here's some mites. Hide it. Queen Bada. Never find it. Never find. Treasury. Oh, God. That was quick. Hide it. Queen Bada never find. Treasure heavy. Aye! Protect treasure. And the mites go in for the attack. Only to get ready to face the might of a bunch of warriors.
I am superior!
Jeez, that's a lot of damage though. Now I think about it, it's gonna get a lot better once things change for the better.
Failed. I'm sorry.
Okay, Lindsay has failed. I'm disappointed. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a rogue and somebody else to help out. At least to get stuff. Goodness knows we need the extra help. Okay, from here, let's just skedaddle on our way over to the mites and kobolds. And I've dealt with the wolf leader. Hooray! Great new! Mites and kobold keep living together. No threat. Good for you. Maybe you grow a big hunter like us. Saying this, he gives you a small purse. Alright, suppose I'll go. No need to stoke the kiln anymore. We've already basically exterminated the majority of mites and kobolds. So, yeah, they're gonna have to start for anew, but yeah, it's fine. Let's quickly save. Make sure we don't die from this. There we go. Let's see. It appears that there's a rapier, some other stuff, dagger, 2 chests. Hopefully we can pop them open. Thankfully Lindsay got one open, and the other, which is a wand of lead blades and a club. It appears to be just a +1 club, but still, money. From there, the only thing left that we have to do is, of course, this area. But as I have said before, we will not be able to do that area.
If you dare.
The reason being is that there is a dangerous encounter that I know for a fact we cannot beat. Yet. The main reason would be that we do not have enough attack bonus to deal with it. But we'll come back to this area at another point, probably at level 5, when we get the outflank ability. And we will take full advantage of it. But alas, let's collect all items. I cannot travel. Inventory weight's too great. Unfortunate, but not unexpected. Alright, let's drop everything that we do not need. So tower shields, heavy shields, obviously. Yeah, I know it's annoying that I'm doing this, but it needs to be done, because that way I can organize things and take everything at least at a heavy load. Because everything costs money, right? So it never hurts to get as much as you can. Alright. Yeesh, this is a lot, though. Good gravy. Oh, this is gonna get annoying real quick. At least it's only the armor that's weighing me down. Good to note that, you know, I'll be able to reduce... Well, I should be able to increase my carry weight eventually. But for now, the majority is just scavenging as much as possible in the early game. Because money will come to you, it's just... You want to get as much as possible, if you can. Okay, that's the majority of the armor dealt with. Studded leather is probably going to have to be ditched, but we should probably ditch the scale mail first. Okay, with that, we'll just get rid of the studded stuff. Alright, now we're at a weight that we can manage. Just barely. Can we get rid of... or add one more, perhaps? Let's see. We could probably get away with one of these. Yep, there we go. And we're done. Now, the next goal is to clear up as many areas as we feasibly can. Well, no. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the Oleg trading post, first and foremost. So we're going to try and rush that, because we need rations, above all else. So let's just push forward. Probably get to the plains here. Nope, we'll just keep going. Even if they're exhausted, we need to keep going. Okay, and now we're at the trading post. And we can report our findings to the guard captain. And quickly purge through some... Oh, 1 second. With a delighted smile, Octavia inhales the smell coming from the Oleg trading post. Fresh bread! I can't believe it. All this time that we sat in cages and crawled in the mud, there were places in the world where they were baking fresh bread. And here we are. I bet they have clean sheets. And maybe we can even take a bath? A girl can dream. Get some rest, you deserve it. And you can be sure of that. I got years of rest to catch up on. And I'll be stuffing my face until I turn into a ball. You've done so much for us. Is it all because you are kind? Or maybe... The half-elf smiles flirtatiously. Maybe it's because you've been charmed by my beauty. I'm taking care of you because you're in my party now. We have to save each other a battle more than once. Forget about fighting for a moment. We all need a break, especially you. No. Alright, enough talk. Fresh bread and clean sheets await. Alright. Well, thanks to that, I've lost my train of thought, but... Put simply, we're going to sell a lot of stuff. We're going to get a lot of stuff. And hopefully we can get another character. Can we stop with the interruptions, please? Greetings. The nymph's tender voice comes to you softly. The scent of flowers and the evening dew is dizzying. In this dark hour, I had not even dreamed of encountering someone in these lands who could stand against the one who blights me. But you appeared, and you brought hope along with you. With the strength of the fog fading, I'm able to show you the way to the Stag Lord's fortress. Please, go there. Slay our enemy before he can strike another blow. Will you help me in the battle? I cannot. The nymph lowers her head. My bower is barely enough to make a slight tear through the veil of fog. Keeping the way open to you is all I can do to help. What happens after I deal with the Stag Lord? Will I ever see you again? The nymph cast her eyes down for a moment. And you would like to see me again? Then yes, of course. I'll come to you once the tormentor is gone for good. I really hope to have a chance to show you the true beauty of these lands. The meadows, the flowers. I'll set off to the Stag Lord's fortress as soon as I'm ready then. The nymph leads forward and places something in your hand. Should you lose, my heart will stop with yours. But should you win, the sun shall rise once more over these lands. In its rays, in the ring dance of blooming life, we shall meet again. I leave you a small gift, a token of hope, and the reward that awaits you after all these hardships. Farewell. No. Take care. Okay then. That appears to be another neck thing, which I'm not going to be using because Amulet of Mighty Fists are more important. But I'm going to keep that gift because I do believe there is story implications with it. Okay, we've talked to Jaethal, we've talked to Valerie, we've talked to Amiri. We've got Jod, Tristan, and whatnot. So let's start with Jod. I have found the Temple of the Elk and killed the beast there.
Erastil be praised, you finally returned, my good friend. Tristan told me how you helped him at the Temple of the Elk. Thank you for heeding my request. My heart is calm and filled with confidence that I've followed the will of my God. I would like to reward your bravery. I possess no treasure, but please, take this as a token of appreciation.
Do you understand the true meaning of your visions now?
I trust in their truth. These visions, they were the voice of Erastil himself, quiet but clear. Before all this happened, I believed Erastil had turned his back to me. But now, I see clearly. He has shown me divine mercy, for he has led me to you and invited me to aid in a fellow priest's deliverance. Lady Sarenrae and Erastil walk the paths of the gods hand in hand, and so must their servants as well.
Alright.
Tristan is undoubtedly still very young, and youth is a time of naivete and confusion. But I see kindness and strength of spirit in him, traits indispensable to a priest. I sense that all that's transpired thus far is only the beginning, and the future promises great things for Tristan and for you. This is why Erastil led me to the Temple of the Elk. Day and night I pray for you and for my young friend. May the Stag God lead you down the true path.
Right. That's enough about this for now.
As you wish.
Alright.
What exactly would you like to know?
I'll just quickly well, I guess I could just leave him to talk. It's fine.
My story? Why not? You deserve to know it. I am a priest of Erastil, and Galt is my homeland. You can imagine what it's like following the teachings of the Stag God in a realm torn by discord and strife.
You know, I might actually skip this. It's not that important. I'm more focused on the other actions. If you guys are curious about this, you can probably watch other playthroughs online about it, but I'm probably going to purge right through it.
My misdeeds. Well,
I'll just quickly
led by Providence, I left to gather my flock, and we surrounded the tavern. The retribution was swift. However, I was tragically mistaken. The young man was no werewolf. He was a bandit, sent to spy on the village by one of the local gangs. We only found out after, when we went through his things.
You should have stayed your hand and discovered the truth before you acted.
Indeed. I remind myself of this, whatever the case. Imagine how my mind, for some, it is for me, is as you wish.
Alright, tell me about Erastil.
It would tell that to the peasant robbed of all he owns, spending his night in the gutter, hoping to live to see the sunrise. You won't see such. I'm glad to hear the word demand. I see it more clear. I am happy to help. I am always glad to speak of the Stag God's teachings. I am happy to help.
Alright.
How may I serve you?
Let us buy a bunch of stuff, because we're going to need a lot of scrolls. That's for sure. Let's quickly offer a bunch of stuff, get some things sold, and overall just increase our weight distribution. Because we need to get a lot more, we're getting a lot of gold out of this, regardless of what we do. So, we're probably going to get a new companion out of this, once we buy a bag of holding, to at least help with the weight distribution. Jeez, that's a lot of weapons. Yeesh. Well, it's gold all the same, so I'm not complaining. Okay, that was a bit tedious, but I managed to sell with rapid clicking in mind. I don't think we're using a club. Dueling swords. We might be able to keep that, actually. Let's get rid of the S-stock, the long sword, scimitar, short sword, tongi. I guess we can get rid of light pick now. Keen sickle, keep. Dueling sword, keep. Because we don't... Well, no. Get rid of the dueling sword as well. The keen sickle, however, I'll keep that for now. Because that is a light weapon that I can take advantage of. Actually, I might be able to get away with... Is there anything else? I guess I can keep agile light pick as well. Because we are going to get, I think, a rogue? We could get something else, though. The plan is to get a rogue, though, I think. Amulet Actron, keep. Alright. Alright, so we're getting 10k out of the whole ordeal. We're going to need a bunch of these. So let's get a bunch of Cure Light Wounds. Because they're real cheap. At least 25 gold per. So that's a godsend, at least. Okay, there we go. From there, we don't need any of the booze, I don't think, but we should keep it all the same. You never know. Alright, with that, we'll just speed through the dialogue of the, of Tristan. Alright. Okay. I'm just gonna say what I think is preferable. It's not what I would normally do, but whatever. There's reasons for my intricate talking. Okay. Not gonna say that. Alright, that's Tristan done with talking. Let's go see Oleg, because we do need to buy him something. Or we need to buy something from him. The bag of holding. Now, this bag of holding, it basically just puts a negative value on your inventory. So, that'll just help you carry more stuff, which is always nice. Alright, 400 coins and a masterwork longbow for the treble. Okay, thank you, Boken. I haven't done your task, Boken, but that's fine. We'll deal with you in a bit. But time, we just need time, that's all. Okay, now with that, we do need to buy some more rations, so we're probably going to get a bunch. We should probably buy enough for... We need at least enough to last 6 people, so... Probably 30 should be fine. It's 300 pounds worth of weight, but considering we need 6 rations a day, that is basically going to be 5 days worth. Honestly, I might get a bit more. Let's get 18 more. That way we can cover 8 days. That way we don't have to run around and come back every now and again, like instantly. Alright, Keston. Keston, I failed to capture Tartusio alive. He attacked me and was killed.
Well, this is not the best outcome, but I think it will be good enough for Jamandi. Take this as a reward for your help. I'll send word to Reskov and let them consider how they might return the favor.
Yee, sure.
Once again, I thank you for your help. I'll remain here until my men recover from their wounds. Meanwhile, we'll help guard the trading post and fight off any bandits should they return. Good luck in all your plans and endeavors.
I see. Farewell. Okay, I need loyal and experienced fighters. It will cost me 8k gold, but I agree. Alright. It's time for our next character of the roster. Who we're gonna choose? Let's find out. I've got a number of choices I could go with. You know what? I think what we need is a rogue, and I know the perfect guy for the job. Let us add a new one. Alright. Alright. Okay, that's unfortunate. I don't actually have his photo set up. Damn. I kind of wish I had done that, but it's fine. It's fine. We've got an alternately better character as well. So get ready, because we're going to introduce a heavy hitter to our group, I think. Or do we go with a leadership? No, heavy hitter. What we need is damage, I think. And somebody that's going to reliably hit. Alright. This should work. Behold. Yeah, we're bringing in Monsoon. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. Alright. As for class, I haven't decided specifically what he's going to be, but I ultimately ended up deciding on one particular class. We're going to have to make him... Let's go with that. No. Let's go with that. He is pale as a white sheet, so let's go with that. I'm gonna say he's bald for the sake of this, because there's no real show of hair. So, might as well go with that. Just a straight bald dude. Alright. Now, I had a bunch of classes I could choose from among these lists. But I think the one that fit him most, oddly enough, would be Kineticist. Why I think that? Well, strictly speaking, Kineticists use their powers to assail a foe from a distance. And while he does use size as a weapon, and I could have made him into a rogue, I think this is more interesting and would give diversity to our group. Plus his limbs extend out, so this is another reason. But yeah, I ultimately decided that him being a Kineticist would be a viable solution. Now, I could use a specific type of Elementalist as well. I haven't decided what type I should use, but I do know that the powers I was going to go for definitely entail that I'm going to be using, well, put simply, I'm going to be using a lot of metal Kineticist powers. At least that's the plan here. Let's see. Some Kineticists who are loath to suffer the consequences of channeling their powers. Okay. What do they benefit from, though? They use their intelligence modifier instead of their constitution to determine damage with wild talents. The DCs of constitution-based wild talents. Okay. So basically, if I want this, it's probably going to be for the best. And you know what? He's got dark tendencies, so it makes sense. Alright. I will go with either a black-red or a red-black design. Let's go with a red-black design. There we go. That'll work. And we will be going God, words. We will definitely be going the Dark Elementalist route. We will benefit him from intelligence and take advantage of that fact, and introduce him to more intelligence-based abilities, so that way he can cover some of our more knowledge-based tasks. Skills. Dex is definitely going to be a key part in his growth, because he will need to hit. But intelligence is equally as important. So we'll be pumping wisdom, con. But Dex is the most he needs. He doesn't actually need to rely on strength too much. So we'll just pump it up to 8. Okay, with 15, that's a nice value to work with. Let's bring wisdom down, bring intelligence up and con up. Okay. Bring dex up. And we can bring up our int by 2. Could probably bring strength down, honestly, if we wanted to, but I'm going to actually do this. And boost our... Let's go with Dex up to 18. Why not? It's not the perfect ability set. Well, actually, maybe I can reduce it by 1. Yeah, here we go. Let's do it like that, and... No. Let's just keep con at 14. Why not? This would probably be for the best. Okay, with statistics, I can go with... I guess I can go with all of these if I wanted to. Preferably, I'm going to want to get stealth. I should probably avoid trickery, because that is going to be Sundowner, or that's the plan anyways. We're going to want UMD, definitely. What else? Let us pump it into, I guess, Arcana in the World, because that's an int-based. Yeah, let's go with that. So, UMD, Arcana of the World, and Stealth. That way I can focus on Trickery once, yeah, I can focus on Trickery and Mobility and whatnot at another point. Okay, with this, now we need to decide what we're going to do. Because we got a lot of stuff. Element Focus. We're going to want to start with Earth, I do believe. With an infusion of... either we're going to go Kinetic Blade or Extended Range. And I think Extended Range is the go-to here, for now. But Pushing Infusion would be nice. What does it do? Does Bull Rush provoke, though? That's a good question. Let me do a quick Google search. Let's see. Alright, well, for now, what I need is a point-blank focus. That'll give me a plus... oh, right, then extended range won't be beneficial. Huh. Let's get rid of extended range then, and let's get something else. Let's get pushing infusion. Why not? That way we can keep to 30 feet, we can have point-blank shots without too much hassle, and we can get precise shot, so we don't suffer the negatives accordingly. That way I can level up accordingly, and get some extra stuff.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
We will be victorious!
Ah, entertainment. Not that I care. That's what you get.
I'm torn between Madman and Grumpy, because he is a bona fide madman.
So many thoughts, so little time.
Someone else would make better use of this. Time's not waiting. I'll go ahead. I didn't even break a sweat.
I like Pragmatic. Let's go with that. And we're definitely going Chaotic Evil for this boy. As for his name... he will be known as this. The reason I have put him as this is strictly because he does not have a last name to my knowledge. I've checked quick Google searches on trying to find his last name, but there has been no good results. So the best I could do was his serial number, which is unfortunate, but it's not unexpected. It's one of those things where I'm sort of limited to my just going with the flow and trying to figure out the best results.
We will be victorious!
But I digress. This is our great, powerful individual known as Monsoon. Alright, and now we can level him up. We're just going to focus into Dark Elementalist and go from there. That's the plan, anyways. Pump in Stealth and UMD. Might as well just keep UMD scaled up. I could half it as well, but nah, let's just keep focusing on it. Why not? Okay. I gain a bonus equal to half my Kineticist level on skill checks with the skill of your primary elemental. What bonuses do I get for being an elemental, I guess? Athletics and Knowledge World. I see. I mean, I guess that's a plus. Considering, you know, I'm using Knowledge World and Knowledge Arcana. I can get Kineticist bonus feats for Earth. Trip. Endurance and Great Fortitude. You can attempt to trip your opponent in place of a melee attack. If your combat maneuver is successful, the target is knocked prone. I mean, I guess that's nice. Not something I'm going to be utilizing too much just yet, though. I can also get Skill Focus as well, or I can get Elemental Whispers. I could also get a Familiar, which will give a buff accordingly. Let's see. Well, it's going to give me +5 to a skill, basically, for now. Or well, +5 to any skills overall, or a +2/+2. I don't know. Let's see. Let us go with... A lizard could work as an option. A hare also is viable because +4 initiative. As is a duck. Because why not? You gain a bonus equal to half your Kineticist level on skill checks with the skills your primary element added to your class skill list. So basically this eventually becomes a +10, but right now it's a +1, probably going to be a +2 once we level everything up. Whereas comparatively, we got skill focus and whatnot, which are going to give like 3 to 6 at level 10. I could also just go with the feats. That is an option. Alright, well, what's our stats looking like? We're running on a Fortitude of 2 with a Con of 2. I could just bump up my Fortitude. That would be an option. Endurance. You can sleep in light or medium armor without being fatigued. I should be fine. Trip. I should be good. Give me a second. Let me check the Kineticist, because I do believe Trip is something I can get. Okay. Okay, so there is a viability that I can use Trip as a Trip Kineticist and just take that into account. But I do believe I need to go a different route with Kineticist, at least for elements-wise. As for what I ultimately do... Oh, hello, Tyrell. How are you doing? Apologies, I'm currently deciding what I should do with our new compatriot. I've decided that I want to get him into tripping, so I'm probably just going to grab the trip ability and work towards getting the trip infusion. Alright, with that... that should be fine. Whatever. Alright, with level 3, we can advance further. We'll just bump up the scores as expected. You can use Strength and Agility to send your foes crashing to the ground. When making a trip attack, add your dex bonus to your CMB. I will get that once I take advantage of it. Or at least once I can, rather. So for now, let's go Weapon Focus. And let's get Kinetic Blast, I believe. Here we go. We're gonna have to grab Kinetic, or either Kinetic Blade or Extended Range. I'll get Extended Range, why not? And one last level anyways, into Kineticist. Just beef up all these abilities. Alright, let's just bump up int. There we go, and that brings me with 2 extra points, so... where do I go? I guess it doesn't hurt to get more perception. That way everybody can see a bit better. I could just get a point in nature and religion just for the sake of it, though. You know what? Let's bump up mobility at least a little bit. That way I have a higher mobility to work with. Why not? Okay, I can get Greater Trip as a part of the Kineticist feat. And you can make free attacks against foes that are knocked down. Okay, this is only helpful if I am within melee, I think. Oh wait, I can make free attacks on foes that you knock down. Okay, so this is an additional attack regardless, I think. At least I hope it's the case. Worst case, I'll just have to deal with the consequences. But I can probably just go with a melee Kineticist at that point. And just treat it as if I'm using a Sai. Just for the flavor of Monsoon. Alright. And with that, I'm down to 2k gold, but I do now have a new character to work with. As for gear, he won't be able to use anything significant, but he can be fitted with a chain shirt to start with. I'll give him an amulet of natural armor to boot, and now he should be good to go. Let's give him a keen sickle to well, no, he doesn't need that. I'll just have to give him a... Well, who am I going to replace is the question. I could probably replace Lindsay. Yeah, let's replace Lindsay, I think, is the go-to. Just take off everything, so you don't need it. Alright, Monsoon, you now have some, you now have a belt of dexterity. Alright. Now with that, I should be good. Alright. I think it's just up to a bunch of talks that I have to go through, but, you know, that's just a quick speed through. I might actually do that later, but for now, let's get some rest. And get to continuing on with the story some. I'll do the talks at a later date, so that way people don't have to, you know, check through it. Because it's more miscellaneous stuff at that point. Alright, Oleg, have you got anything worthwhile that I can use? Probably not. I guess there's the reach and extend, but I don't have magic, so pointless for me. Don't have enough for those, but I can get a ring of protection. Everybody but Monsoon has that though, so I'll leave it for now. I can always get one later. Alright, let's organize a bit. Fatigue, yeah, just move that there, that there. Move the familiar over here, I guess. Turn off that. Alright. Let's get rid of our bard for Monsoon. And we should be good to go. Alright, let's skedaddle. Okay, so I do believe that there is going to be a big issue with Fangberry Cave. So we're going to deal with the Fangberry Cave incident for now. And we will go about it accordingly in order. Alright, let's fight. Might as well get another fight in. Never hurts. Okay. With that, pushing infusion, let's organize you a bit before we set you into battle. Gathering power is going to be important. Let's see. We won't suffer any burn from using Earth Blast, I do believe. Burn 0, burn 1 if we use extended range, but we're not going to be using that. So if we gather low and we keep to the trip onto the side here, we will have Earth Blast here. We'll have increased DR there, and Soul Power will be a Q ability, most likely. No, an E ability. Pushing Infusion will be on the top here. And that should be the organization done for him. Before we continue, let's save. And let's get this fight underway. It should be a very easy fight, all things considering. And from here... Oh, didn't even get a chance to show off. Oh well. Alright, nature check has failed, unfortunately, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Alright. From here, we now have the Endless Plains and the Fangberry Cave. Let us go to the Endless Plains to start with, because I do believe there is a creature that we can fight here. From there, we will go to Fangberry Cave, and hope we can handle it. Because I do believe that is one of the more dangerous areas that we have to deal with. You'll understand why when we get in there. Okay. Here it is. Ah. A manticore. Certainly a danger. Alright, let's get into a rage with Amiri and Samuel. Amiri will also pump in a point from there. Let's wait until our barbarians actually go in.
Tear them apart!
Alright, now that it's focused on Valerie, should be good to go in. There we go. And with this, the flanking should take advantage. So, there we go. Not hard to fight. Alright, let's gather the stuff and start collecting the loot around here. A belt of incredible dexterity is nice. Doesn't appear to be anything else though. So let's just quickly do a once over the area. See if we miss anything. Because, you know, loot's always around. Never hurts to check. Probably around here there's something, I think. But I could be wrong. That or I don't have a high enough perception skill. Either are viable. +1 scimitar with a wand of grease. That's nice. Alright. I think that's it. I could be wrong, but I'm not going to spend all time just exploring this area. But we did get a belt of dexterity out of it, so that is a plus that we can take advantage of. As for who takes advantage of it, I guess I could go with Samuel. He is suffering from a bit of dex loss, though. I don't know. Let's go with... It's either Samuel or Miri. Let's see. With a base value of 13, that's +1. Amiri's probably going to benefit more from it for now, so we'll go with her for now. We'll have Samuel wear the Nymph's Gift for a +2 bonus AC. And we should be good to go. Alright, let's skedaddle. A quick bout. From here, we can go south and explore this. And now we have to deal with the Fangberry Cave. I do believe that this area does have dangerous, likely spiders, I do believe, last I recall the Alchemist Vulcan saying. So there is that. As for the deer, let's deal with it. Might as well. It's experience. Alright, skin, collect the meat. Always going to be helpful. Collect the goodies. Not sure. I guess that was... Yeah, that's a kobold. Okay. Let's just keep going. That is a monitor lizard, so best be careful. Alright. Down they go. Easy kills. Easy kills. Alright. And with that, we can... I do believe we can just explore the cave now, without too much hassle. But let me just do a quick once-over of the area, see if I'm not missing anything. I shouldn't be. But you never know. It doesn't look like I'm missing anything. Yep, we should be good. Alright, let's go in. Now, this cave is known to have spiders, I do believe, so that is one of my concerns. But that is exactly why I brought a Kineticist along, more than anything. There's a reason why Kineticists are overpowered in Kingmaker. And there's a reason why I decided to grab one for this situation. And that is because I do believe swarms exist in this cave. I'm not... I understand that much at least, and it's strictly because I've had trouble with it in the past. So if you have a Kineticist or somebody that can bypass, you know, the concerning DR with another means, you're gonna be fine. Because while they may have DR against normal attacks, I do believe Kineticists have special means to deal damage, which just makes them be annoying to deal with. Yeah, so let's see. Okay, nope, Monsoon. Yeah, nope, there's no swarms just yet. But if there are, then I should be good to go. Alright. That's all the spiders dealt with, at least in this area. Alright. God, I hate this lag that comes with, 1 second. There we go. That should fix it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. They should be a little faster now. Alright, so these are the Fangberries. So we've managed to get our objective. I do believe they hurt a bit if you do try and pick them normally though, so we should probably investigate a bit further. Well, you can pick them up normally, but you do take damage, and considering we want to clear this cave, it's probably for the best that we just check this out entirely and go accordingly. Spider Swarm. Here it is. Okay, there we go. Yep. With Monsoon around, he can use his Kinetic Blasts and destroy the swarms for us. He is probably going to be the key player in preventing things from getting worse. And probably making our lives a lot easier, all things considering. Because DR enemies are always annoying to deal with. Alright, that is a Wand of Cure Moderate Wounds. That's fantastic. I'm going to use that a lot, most likely, throughout this game. If only for passive healing outside of combat. Alright. Alright, Monsoon, you focus on the spider swarms. Alright, who are they focusing? Oh, the spider swarm's already dealt with. Never mind. Okay. Alright, Monsoon, you'll be responsible for that one. Alright, Valerie. Okay, Miri, you're dealing with one as well. But thankfully, with Monsoon, that shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Yep. We're going to lose quite a bit of strength as a result of these, but that's fine. The damage is more so the concern anyways. But hey, it was right to get a Kineticist in here. There we go. That should make us a little faster, but inventory speed can probably be the issue here now. Okay. As a result of our efforts, we managed to get an Orc Double Axe +1, a Potion of Cure Moderate Wounds, and a Masterwork Dagger alongside some coal. And because Valerie is overweight, we need to get some cures on her. Yeah, that ability damage does her bad. Alright, price in descending order. Let's see. I do believe we have some scrolls to help you. Where are they, though? I think they're up here. We've got potions of restoration. Okay, we don't have scrolls of restoration, though. Yeah, that's fine. As long as we can cure it, it's no big deal. There we go. And Tristan, you're the only one with ability damage, but I'm gonna let you passively heal because you're not in a dangerous situation. Okay, with that, we should have explored the entirety of Fangberry Cave, and we won't have to worry about the spiders anymore. So that's a plus. Now, let's get into the Fangberries themselves.
It is done.
Now we got the Fangberries. Nice. Due to the circumstances of how Fangberries work, we will need to immediately go back. But that is just one of the requirements for the quest. You can't do this. Personally, I would have preferred to do this while I was heading back. But unfortunately, that's just not how this quest works. You have to get it back as soon as possible or they go bad. Well, regardless of the case, we should be fine. With this, we can just quickly map out this area and we'll just go along. Alright, let's enter the location, let Bulkin know that we have completed the task. And yeah, should be good. Hey Bulkin, about those tasks of yours. Here's the moon radishes, which do not rot. And here's the Fangberries. Would you like to buy more if I brought them? Okay. Alright, show me what wares you have. Originally I thought I was going to need to use the Alchemist fire, but with the Kineticist we've got, we don't actually need to do that. So yeah, things are a lot easier, and because we did the task for him, prices on potions, a lot cheaper. That means we can buy a bunch of potions if we so desired. Now I'm going to buy as many heal potions, because you never know. I'm going to see if I can't get a few more. There we go. But yeah, no, I'm buying a bunch of potions because healing is something that is crucial for this game. And having cure light stuff is just... it just helps a lot. I guess I could get rid of Tristan now because healing is sorted. I kind of just needed him for a bit because healing was something I was going to have trouble with. So let's get rid of Tristan. Let's throw in Lindsay? Yeah, let's go with Lindsay. But yeah, no, I needed Tristan for a little bit, if only for the fact that he was going to help a lot in regards to healing. Now that I've got a potion plethora, I shouldn't need that boon. So, with that out of the way, I've got a decision to make. Well, first we got the Stag Lord, so that's the thing. So we're going to have to deal with that at some point. But really it just comes down to exploring the area and making sure we've cleared out the entire zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out the map as best as I possibly can. And see what I can find. Just get as much of the terrain marked as possible. I won't be able to go to high ground for anything right yet. But soon. Nettles Crossing appears to have something, so let's go there. Alright, let's get going. Let's see. Uh, 5 coins to pass the river. It appears these posts once held a rope bridge. Okay. That's a coin. Ancient Ralslandic coin. Always good to have, that's for sure. Anything in here? Yep, Just something. Nothing too special. Ah, another item. Let's hope. Oh, it's locked. Okay, we can't get it. Rip. Oh well. We'll just have to come back for that later, once we've leveled up. And hopefully we can actually get a benefit. Oh! Hello there. Davik Nettle. The corpse's face is bloated from being so long in water. The stench from its toothless mouth is so foul that our eyes begin to water. The hand, clenching a sinister-looking spear, is covered with scabs. Suddenly, you feel faint, as if a cold, wet hand is placed heavy on top of your head. Wet hair sticks to skin, and trickles of icy cold water run down your face and shirt. A hoarse whisper rises inside your head. There you are. Who are you? Davik Nettle. A storm of bright images flashes before your eyes. A long time ago, this person, then a living man, came here from Brevoy, constructing a rope bridge, built a house, and lived in it, collecting payment from those who crossed the river. How did you die? You see a vision of a lovely spring day. Sunbeams shine, warm against your cheek. 3 men approach the house by the bridge, one of them wearing an antlered helm, the Stag Lord. Angry faces, a quarrel, the glint of an unsheathed sword. Suddenly, the Stag Lord's greedy eyes are twisted by surprise. The master of this house had unleashed his hounds. A burning smell stirs you awake to the sound of the loud barking. Flames are crawling up the walls, the sound of breaking glass, the bitter cold night air. You are outside the house, and something is wrong. An arrow strikes deep into your shoulder. You hear the guffaw of 10 throats. You run, already in the middle of the bridge. The man in the antlered helm cuts one of the ropes. An ear-splitting scream fills the air. What do you want from me? You see a vision of the man wearing an antlered helm. You hear a muffled groan, and the helm drops to the ground with a loud thud. Your hands are covered with hot blood. Too much blood. Death to the Stag Lord. Don't you hate it when someone asks you to do something you were going to do anyway? It makes me want to do nothing, just to spite them, Lindsay says. Why must I be the one who does it? You feel invisible fingers, cold as stone, draw aside a wet strand of hair from your forehead. Can't you kill the Stag Lord yourself? You see the Stag Lord and his cutthroats trying to build a new bridge here, then running madly away from the rotting monster. The Stag Lord has avoided this place ever since. Very well. I shall meet your vengeance upon the Stag Lord. The drowned man, who'd been sitting motionless, nods his head. Come later. Take the spear. Okay. So it appears that a ghoulish creature has been restless and seeks revenge upon the Stag Lord. Considering he can't leave this place, he's asking us to do it. I don't see why not. We're getting a spear out of it, supposedly, so that's extra loot for us. Money in the pocket, if you will. Alright, from here, let's just get moving. We do need to kill the Stag Lord anyway, so we would have done it regardless. From here, we just go down south. We'll keep going even though we're fatigued, if only to explore the area. Riverine Rise. For now, let's rest, get some inventory, and manage everybody real quick. Alright, let's see. Who goes where? Cooking 5. Cooking 10 from Monsoon, but cooking or camouflage of 8. So let's go with that. That. We've got a choice of 8 to 5. So let's have let's have Samuel do the hunting. And that leaves us with Valerie, our barbarian, and me. So I'm going to take one watch. I'll have Amiri take the other. And I guess Valerie will take the summary perception as well. And that should be good. Let's see. +5 to movement speed. +5 to movement speed. A bonus to saving throws is alright, but not needed. Yeah, let's not use any recipes. We don't need it right now. Alright, with this, we should be good to go.
But kid, you don't believe my stories. They're good, interesting stories.
You know, we bards sometimes lie a lot in our books too, but we try not to be so obvious about it.
Okay, we managed to get 4 rations. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a hearty meal, but that's fine. Alright, with this, we have a interesting location, the Riverine Rise. Let's go. Let's see what this is about. Let's see. Probably a bunch of stuff around here. Nothing I probably won't find right now, though, but whatever. We'll see what we can find. Nothing too pressing so far. So, probably the threat's up here, if there is one. So let's just reorganize ourselves and get going. Ah! A large water elemental. That's probably the threat that is coming our way. Oh, that's actually a lot of Alright. We're probably going to want Monsoon to have a buff. Alright. There we go. With that, we're probably going to want to buff or heal Valerie, so quickly do that.
I can't keep this up much longer.
Okay, things are getting worse. Fine defensively now. We should almost be dealt with. We're almost done with that. Unfortunately, my main character goes down, but that's just how it be. But we've managed to beat the threats overall, so all good. From here, we just heal with Lindsay. Quickly just buff a bunch of heals. And just pump Miri. There we go. That's as much as we can do, but we managed to beat the threat, so that's all good. Better the elemental gone and dead than worse. Okay, there we go. That should speed things up a little bit. We got some potions of restoration, which is always good. And from here we can just head out, because I don't think there's anything else here. Yeah, it's not too special. No entrances, no nothing. Alright, let's get going. We can heal either after we rest, or we reach another location of interest. Alright, let's go this direction. There's a random encounter, so might as well check that out. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, it's just skeleton soldiers. We should be fine. Oh right, skeleton soldiers. Alright, back off. Lindsay, there you go. There, not too hard. I swear, this speed is slowly just... this speed of movement is starting to get a bit too slow. Okay, party suffers from heavy encumbrance. That's annoying, but not unexpected. Alright, let's go. Alright, from here, we just keep going. Ratnook Hill. Are we capable of dealing with that? Because I do believe it's a rather dangerous area. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. A mutilated body. It looks like it was eaten by some rodents. Alright. Well, first let's drop our load down to a lighter load. At least to medium. Yeah, so with us at medium, then we can travel a bit faster. Hopefully we don't run into traps, but I think this is one of those areas where we might run into some. But I'm not sure. Regardless, it seems like this area is going to be a...
What's that?
It's going to be dangerous, as expected. Alright, let's have Lindsay try to disarm this trap, whatever it is. Okay, successfully disarmed. Another trap. Have Lindsay try and disarm it. Fails, but she can try again, thankfully. Fails once again. Come on, Lindsay.
Applause,
done.
Please.
Okay, the rain is going to affect my perception, which is not good, and the lightning doesn't help. But I guess we don't really have a choice here. Oh, thankfully, it's fine. Only perception is suffering.
Please.
Okay, Lindsay gets hit for 36. Great. Let's hope you don't die, Lindsay. Like, geez. Alright, let's quickly bump Lindsay with some healing, because goodness knows she's gonna need it. Especially if that death is, you know, obvious. Alright. Disarm, trickery, come on. There we go. Good job. There's an entrance into the cave. That lightning nearly struck somebody. You know what? Let's just go into the cave for now. Alright, let's save. And here we go. Now, I do believe this cave is very, very dangerous. So, before we run this, and see if we're capable of running it anyways, let's do some healing real quick. First, heals with Senator Armstrong and Valerie to see if we're capable. Alright, with that, we just got the wolf that's damaged, but that's fine. We're not looking to worry about that. Alright, Monsoon. you're gonna be you're probably gonna be the most helpful here. So we're gonna have Valerie take the front, I think. Samuel and Amiri will probably be in a rage. Steven is probably going to follow up with Dazzling Display to get in those nice attacks. And we should be good. Alright. Let's do this. Here we are. Alright, Rage. Rage. Lindsay, buff. Monsoon, attack. Alright, Dazzling Display comes into play.
Onwards!
Okay. With that, the healing comes into play. The sneak attack's coming in. We're going to need a lot of potions pulling out. Probably. So quickly beef up that. I probably should have buffed with Shield of Faith or something. Kinda late to do that now. The Senator, you're definitely going to need Mage Armor and Shield of Faith here. Okay, alright, yeah, let's load that out. I'm gonna need to redo that. As suspected, this place is dangerous as heck. Alright, first let's get the healing in. Alright, with the healing in, now we get the buffs in. So, Valerie, you're going to want Shield of Faith. Steven is probably going to want the Shield of Faith and Mage Armor. And we're going to want to pump the other melees with Shield of Faith, just to boost their AC up a little bit. If only for a little benefit. What else can I do? The biggest thing that's going against us is sneak attack. So that is a concern that we're going to have to deal with, but otherwise, we're just going to have to make do. Alright, with this, that's as much as we're going to get to prepare for, I think. Can I get Divine Favor on? No. I can definitely get Expeditious Retreat, though. Yeah, I'm gonna need some more points into UMD at this rate. Alright, I have a Potion of Reduced Person and Shield of Faith. Okay, I'll take these off, because I can use that for the tank. So, you use that. And, yeah, we should be good. Let's save just to be safe. And let's just micromanage the hell out of this. And just take advantage as best we possibly can.
Here.
Alright. I have Samuel Rage. I have Amiri Rage. Monsoon should focus that wererats. Okay. wererat's taking a lot of damage. Let us have Steven throw in the intimidation. I don't really care too much if the... Alchemist fire. One of the issues.
This should do it.
With this, what do we do? Hopefully, if we can take out this wererat, we can charge the other.
A calculated risk.
I can't keep this up much longer.
This will hurt.
Alright, with that...
Let us strike as one.
Okay, Valerie's being targeted mainly, so...
Let's try this way.
Avenge me.
Okay, that... bloody hell. Okay, yeah, no. The explosives from the wererat in the back are the issue here. So if we can get the wererat in the back, then we're basically golden. Plus, if we can use the Wand of True Strike, that is also going to be a benefit. So the question is, who does more damage? Right now, I'm dealing 7 to 17 with a normal blast. I can increase the range, because it's a 2d6 plus 5.
Well.
And that's versus everybody else who has a bit more damage, I think. 2d8 plus 5 from Amiri, who has a plus 6 to attack, versus a 10 to 20 from Samuel. So I'm probably going to want Samuel going in. And I should have his pet stay behind. No. If I bring his pet along, he'll get a bonus to flanking. So keeping his wolf around is important. From there, we will have Monsoon focus on everything else. Okay, so in that case, I'll have Valerie take the brunt.
Let us strike as one.
Amiri will go for that rat. Samuel, you'll rage, but you'll be going for something else. Alright. Valerie's in a pickle, so throw her some healing. Okay. And with that, Samuel and his group shall deal with the rest. Okay. There goes Amiri. Oh god. Okay, yeah. If I don't take out the wererat in the back, then things just go haywire. I hate dealing with these rats, but it's something you need to do.
I am yours to command.
Okay, if I can get these three across, then I should be fine.
Avenge me.
Wow, that was amazingly quick. Jesus. Okay. Okay, well, there's no sneak attack as a result of this, so...
This won't kill me.
I mean, I guess that's a plus. You know, the sneak attack isn't coming into play. But holy hell.
I'll survive. I always survive.
Serves you right.
Alright.
This is not the end.
Not exactly what I was preferring, but okay. It seems like... I don't know what's going on.
Enemy approaching.
Okay.
Avenge me.
Why is it so quick? What? How are you dying so quick? What? Do you not have a high AC? Why are you dying so quick? Jesus. Okay. Oh, okay. Jeez. These... it's getting hellish. Okay, perhaps I could bait them different directions, actually.
As you order.
If I can bait them actually different directions, then I can,
Let us strike as one.
Okay, this way, I can have the others charge over to deal with the Alchemist.
Out of my
And
way.
the sneak attack shouldn't be too heavily encompassed. There we go. That way the healing won't be as bad, I do believe. Who is he targeting? He's targeting Amiri right now, so...
Do not falter.
So if we target there... Move Lindsay up a bit. Shift Amiri's position a bit.
I can't keep
There we
this
go.
up much longer.
Pop a pot. There we go. Okay, this is really chaotic, but needed. Okay, so let's go with Valerie. Let's pump her full of pots. As well as Steven once he gets a chance. Because he's going to need all the healing he can get. And because Amiri's taking the brunt, she's going to want some pots. And we should probably have Samuel have some just in case. You never know, after all. But hopefully with this, you know, design, we should be able to have a bunch of people living through this. Alright, Lindsay, don't get ahead of yourself.
Serves you right.
Alright. Samuel, throw in some healing. Amiri, get some healing in. Okay. Hopefully with this we can get the sneak attack off and things will just work. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Jesus. Equip, equip. And there we go. Samuel, get a quick pot in.
You survive.
Okay.
I always survive.
Come on. Alright. Swap to a more efficient one.
This should do it.
Alright. Pop in some healing. You better not. I can't believe you. The wererats just killing people. Okay. Perhaps I need to use the precise shot ability here. Well, not the precise shot ability, but True Strike is going to be key here. But otherwise, everything else worked. So we've got a method. We've certainly got a method. I just need to reliably hit, and that can work with either character here. Let's go with the less likely to hits. So Amiri, you're going to be focusing on True Strike here for extra damage. Alright, Valerie, you'll take the bottom. Steven, as expected, take the top.
Blood for Gorum! This will hurt!
Why the sneak attack? Jesus. That's so much damage if they hit. Like crazy. Alright. Perhaps I'm just not ready for it. Okay. Alright, let's load up to the blast save, and we'll worry about that at another time, when we're level 5. Because at level 5, we'll be hitting with a bonus. With, what is it? You get an extra +2 and attacks of opportunity when you provoke. Well, if you do hit. Level 5 is key, basically, is what I'm saying. Alright, let's go up here, check it around. Alright, go this direction. And nothing to it. Alright, let's get a rest in. Alright.
Someday,
solid.
I will be as famous as Anime Bellavera herself. No, even more famous. Hoping I live that long.
Alright. With the rations, we, managed to keep going. Still need to keep going, though, with a lot more. That is another location we can claim once we get the lands. Definitely not something we're getting yet, but soon. Alright, the waterlogged Lowlands. Let's go check it out. Before we do, let's save. Definitely not gonna save scum this though, because this is roleplay options. We determined that we should explore the Lowlands. We examined the surrounding dwellings. You know what? Hold on, I actually need to reload. I want to read this one in particular, so let's reload and actually read this. So that way, you guys get to enjoy the lore, or whatever happens here. We walked across the heath for a long time, yet no sight sprang up before our eyes. By turns, we discovered a verdant lowland, with several near-about springs, streaming down behind another hillside. And then, in the distance, in the center of the lowland among the bush, there stood a single dry tree. A true giant. Its magnificent outline resembled an animal's paw, clawing at the sky. But what was truly remarkable, the flat landscape was dotted by mysterious dark humps. They were piled about the height of a man and scattered around in abundance. We determined that we should explore the lowland. The further we trekked, the softer the land became. Step by step, heath grass gave way to moss, low-growing shrubs and ferns, and then sloshy puddles of stinky swamp water. The muddy ground sucked at our feet, and soon our party was jumping from hassock to hassock. Finally, we reached the first group of mysterious humps, and learned they were no mere hills, but dugout dwellings. We moved to the great cave towards the center of the lowland, and there the real swamp began. On the way towards the mysterious giant tree, we saw the foggy outline of another hut, this one much bigger, and surrounded by small clay statues. We examined the surrounding dwellings. Inside the dugouts were frowsy and darker than holes, and filled with absolute desolation. There were no windows in these mud walls, no furniture or other homely items, except for the odd piece of tattered wicker. But every dwelling has a large hollow dug right in the center of dirt floor, like a fire pit. But taking up the greater part of the space, they were filled with standing water and reeked beyond description. Alright. We moved with great care towards the center of the lowland, and there the real swamp began. On the way towards the mysterious giant tree, we saw a foggy outline of another hut, this one much bigger and surrounded by small clay statues. Standing... We would not retreat, and moved ever forward towards the tall tree, determined to visit the big hut on our way there. We walked slowly, carefully, choosing our own way, keeping to the drier ground as much as possible, but the further we went, the more difficult it became, and soon we were wading waist-deep through the cattails. Frogs croaked loudly as we peered anxiously into the cloudy water, struggling to make out what shadows flitted along the bottom. Suddenly, Amiri staggered, spit out an oath, and flailed her arms. She'd made a wrong step, and unable to pull out her foot, she called out loudly, and began to sink into the vile green slush. We hurried to the rescue, sensing time was short. It oft said that the fool in haste takes the slowest path. In the commotion, one of us slipped and went under the vile water. Another tripped against him, then grabbed a third, as to not fall and drag him down. And in the meanwhile, poor Amiri just stood there, sinking ever deeply as we floundered. Finally, we managed to get back on solid ground, but not before each of us had swallowed some of the disgusting swamp water. Ugh. Well, that's disgusting. The insatiable bog gurgled hungrily after us, But we didn't look back. Sodden and weary, we finally made it back to solid ground, and a palace of sorts rose before our eyes. A spacious hut made of mud like the rest, but decorated with pebbles, bones, cattail spikes, and snail shells. In front of the palace was a wide and shallow reservoir. Its green water reflected the leaves of huge ferns and primitive clay figures. Or figurines, rather. The buzzing of gnats was nearly deafening. We were not far to the center of the swamp, and a firm and steady path led through the thick bushes. At its end, the tall, dry tree stretched mightily upwards, clawing at the firmament. We carefully examined the clay figurines, trying to fathom who they might portray. Google eyes, flat heads with no necks, ears, or chins, ugly long legs, unnaturally bent. These mysterious clay sculptures depicted some uncanny cross between a frog and a human. We peeked inside the hut. The palace was twice the height of other huts, and its entrance was wide enough that the three of us could walk abreast. The walls were decorated. An unknown builder had scratched drawings into clay while it was still wet. The faded scrawl depicted huge amphibians devouring small figurines. Some frog-headed, others not. 3 of the 4 rooms boasted large holes filled with water, just like the other dwellings, though here there were steps descending into them, cut into the dirt. In the furthest room we found equipment decorating the walls: leather armor, spears, clubs. To our surprise, a number of items were well preserved. The hut was clearly deserted, so we felt no shame in taking some of it with us. We moved forward, seeing we'd drawn so near to our goal. It was ever so lonely to walk once again along the well-trodden path. Our soaked clothes imagined being dry, and our mood at once lifted. The brushes that bordered the path seemed to wave at us amicably, with their juicy green leaves and shiny bright red berries. A fresh wind puffed away at the rotten smell, and it finally felt like the swamp might be nearly behind us. But then the wind stopped blowing, and the thorny branches continued to move, and we heard a loud shout. Wolf, who was watching our rear, pointed out... Our Blade Wolf, who was watching our rear, pointed to a surging crawl of wall of green, filling the path behind us. The surrounding thicket was coming to life. Its branches reached out with a soft swishing sound. Drops of sap oozed from their thorns, gleaming in the emerald husk. Or dusk, rather. The path was disappearing. There was no way back, and a clear space ahead was closing. Alright. So a choice of strength or mobility. It appears that either would work. Let's do this. We ran forward as fast as our legs could carry us, flying towards the closing passage. Alas, we were not quick enough. Green walls closed around us, branches grabbed at our sleeves. Wicked thorns scratched our hands, and our faces burned with acidic sap. Roots tangled at our feet, and our blood fell on the leaves. But with great effort, we broke away at last from the grasping green. Finally, after what seemed an endless trek, we came upon the gigantic dry tree that had so intrigued us from the beginning. Lo and behold, we saw an idol cut in its trunk. A huge horned, 3-eyed toad. Its googly eyes made it look both cruel and dumb, almost idiotic. Its muzzle hung half open, sharp-toothed with several hanging tongues. Deep brown streaks oozed from the corners of its mouth. We tried to glean what sort of idol it might be. Sadly, we failed to glean whom the idol devoted to. But it was surely not one of the lighter gods. But what's this? While we were examining the idol, a large bright blue dragonfly came out of a hollow in the trees and sat invitingly on the top on the very tip of one of our noses. It was so remarkably strange. It didn't react to our movements, and seemed quite content to remain where it sat. Oh, do I go with the chaotic evil option? I could destroy it, but I kind of want to do the chaotic evil option here. Alright, let's do it. Suddenly, Stephen Armstrong grabbed this dragonfly and held it in front of his mouth. Oh gods. Did he just decide to eat it? I heard a wet crunch, and I winced before I could look. I turned around, hearing a faint cry. Stephen Armstrong had turned white and started to collapse. We barely had time to catch him. After returning to life in a few hours, he told us amazing things. It turns out that the boggart priests ate blue dragonflies to fall into hypnotic trances, where they could hear the will of the goddess, the demon lord Gogunta, the creator of all boggart kinds. In his dream, Stephen Armstrong saw ancient times, how the boggarts built their settlements, how they raided the neighbors and enslaved their children, how they held bloody rituals to honor bloated amphibian monsters, and a roar of their laughter throughout the dark centuries. And he saw a priest bury a stash of plundered jewelry in his hut, rather than offering it to his cruel goddess. In return, the wrathful Gorgunta sent a horrible plague upon his tribe, and that the priest would be their last. We turned around to leave the abominable swamp. The flesh-eating bush grew quiet and gave way. On the journey back, we were sure to look inside the priest's hut and dig out the treasure that had once wiped out the entire tribe. Items received, emerald. Gained 177 experience through our suffering. Well, that was quite the story in of its own. Although I can't say I appreciate the sickened, considering we swallowed swamp water. But that's just how it be sometimes. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't, and sometimes you just get sick because of it. Can't say I appreciate the -2 to everything, but it's fine. We'll manage. Okay, let's begin resting.
Do you miss your tribe? Don't you ever want to go back to your homeland?
Why the hell? To freeze my ass off on a glacier. Look at their pig snouts. No. You are my tribe.
Alright. Let's keep going. Alright, with that, we're left with 2 paths we can take. We'll probably just check every corridor as we go. No reason to not, after all, we got the food and time for it. Okay, perhaps we'll go to the boggart's hunting grounds as well. Alright. Slip on through. Alright, before we engage, let us rest. And we shall engage the boggart hunting grounds next. Okay, apparently I've not been using my rations, which is annoying. I thought I specified I was going to use them, but okay. It's fine. Okay, from here, the boggarts. Okay. Let's get into this. So, let's see.
I've been taught if
Anything
someone
is
annoys
possible.
you either pray or polish your armor.
Alright, let's go.
It is why my armor gleams as it does.
Lindsay will buff accordingly. Terrifying croaks will not intimidate us. We'll just quickly take advantage of their positionings and slaughter them accordingly. Not even a single bit of damage, I don't think. Which is nice. Take all the items that they have. And keep moving. There appears to be... Yeah, we just missed that, so we're going to grab that real quick. That is a ring of protection. That's amazing. Okay. Who's going to wear that? Let's put it on Monsoon. There we go. And let's check out the swamp accordingly. I probably should just go on a straight. That way I can just see if any other mobs are around. Yep, there's a boggart here. So take these guys out. Ah, the terrifying croaks.
This should do it.
Okay. That. There we go. Wolf's taking a bit of damage, but that's fine. We'll be fine. Alright, there we go. Enemies have been dealt with. And from this, we can collect a bunch of stuff. Grab the loot from here, which is another Cloak of Resistance, which is going to help us a lot. Although we are heavy load, so that's probably why we're moving so slow. Monsoon, I'll give you the Cloak of Resistance. What else? Chain shirt +1. Don't need to pass that on to anyone right now. Yeah, I think we should be good. Alright, let's keep going. Well, after we drop some inventory because we're overweight. Price in descending order. Drop everything that is useless or overweight. Keep the chain shirts. Definitely drop the spears though. Those spears are too weighty. There we go. That brought us to medium. Now we just gotta see what else there is.
I'm there.
Hopefully there should be some rare goodies. Specifically just rare mounds of special items like a nymph thing, a nymph token, I believe it's called, or a Rosslandic coin. Either would help. At least, not help, I mean, but it'll prove beneficial, regardless. It doesn't look like there is, though. So, yeah, now that we've explored the area, let's just get out. Alright, well, there's nothing around, so let's just, yeah, get going. Well, it's stuff, at least. Every little bit helps, and eventually we'll get enough to level up. Yeah, let's just leave that. We just want to keep it at medium load. Increase our travel speed. Okay, with that we can move into the middle part of the forest here. And see what we can find. Alright, 2 branches off in these directions. Alright, we go this direction next. See what we can find. Alright. Nope, keep going, because we're fatigued. Alright, what's up here? Okay, nothing too special, but whatever. Alright. Let's try to avoid. Alright, evade. Because we're exhausted. Resting will take 9 hours. Alright, let's go.
Someday, I'll write a play about our adventures, and you'll have one of the main parts.
Then we'll see if there's at least one actress brave enough to go on stage and impersonate me, knowing that I'll be sitting in the front row.
Alright. We should be able to go to the Foreign Fjord and go across without too much hassle. See what we can find. Nothing too special yet. Just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Well, just a bunch of pathways that don't lead anywhere. Alright. Try to avoid. I don't need to fight these enemies. Alright, well, they chose to fight me.
To victory!
Alright. Not too hard. Yeah, that was easy. Okay, let's get going. About what I expected from a fight. Well, I could grind them. It's not... It honestly isn't worth the experience. It's only good if you're actually fighting like zone areas like the Old Oak or whatnot. Because otherwise, there's no big... Alright, let's evade. There's no big gains from it, from my knowledge anyways. Okay, from here... Okay, we're getting exhausted, so let's rest for 9 hours with the rations.
You practice so much, and always by yourself. Aren't you tired of doing the same lunges over and over again? How about we work together?
Fine, why not? But it won't replace my practice. For me, the most important asset in battle is discipline, self-control, and iron will.
Alright. Camouflage failed, unfortunately, but that happens. Didn't get punished, so can't complain. Alright. Right, the Tranquil Weather River Bend. I do not think we're capable of handling that at this moment. I think this is one of those things where we have to be level 5 before it can be a viable solution. So let's just keep going, explore the area, and do our best to map out everything while we can.
I tire.
Avoid, if we can. Yep. Doesn't appear like we've got much other options around for us, so... yeah. Having reached the edge of the milky white blanket, we stopped. I have never seen such a denser, thicker fog in all my life. Stretching my hand forward, I could hardly see the outline of my fingers. And if my arms were as long as my companions', I don't think I'd even see my elbows. We exchanged hesitant looks. It would be impossible to find one's way through here. There was nothing... Well, one of us used magic to analyze the fog. It was clear the gloom of the unnatural origin, but who or what could have spawned such a thing? We tried to light our way with a torch. The fire colored the fog in homely warm tones, but this did not improve the visibility. Fortune favors the brave. Having formed a single line with our hands on each other's shoulders, we moved forward carefully. Soon the air became so damp it was hard to breathe, and we were soaking wet in the blink of an eye. With each step, our eyes told us less and less, until finally we were completely blind. It was positively impossible to continue this way. After a roll call, we made sure all of us were in place. We tried to turn around and walk in the opposite direction. Alas, we may well have had our eyes closed. Stumbling and cursing anything and everything, We strayed for half the day. It was only by sheer luck that we managed to come clear of the place, and exactly in the spot that we started out from. Tired, wet, and hungry, we swore that there was nothing that would make us walk back into that haze. All for the better. So that's what happens if you try and go through the fog. You don't get anything beneficial, you just sort of get lost and things just get worse for you. That is why you have to deal with the Stag Lord first, and why you don't go further than the borders here. It's annoying, but that's one of those things where you just have to deal with it. Try to avoid the enemies. Alright, let's keep going. There's a glade in the wilderness, which we probably can't get to just yet. Alright. We're now at the Stag Lord's fort. However, this is where I'm going to call it. We've done a lot of progress, we've managed to get quite a bit of exploration in, and by the time we end with dealing with the Stag Lord, things are going to get more spicy. So, I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. For those on Twitch, any follows are appreciated. That's as much as I'm going to ask for you. But if you really like my content and want to show it over others, I wholly appreciate the support. For those on YouTube, like, subscribe, ring the bell notification. For those who, you know, want to keep watching my stuff. I always drop a video daily, so you guys are going to see a lot of stuff. But otherwise, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did. And I'll see you guys in the next stream where we take out the Stag Lord. Take care, everybody.